Have you guys ever taken a giant spill on your bike before?
Yes, we have. Just a few days ago, I was on my bike, riding with my dad on a mountain, and a rock hit my front tire and I fell, and I scraped my knee and started to bleed.
Were you scared after that happened?
I was scared. I was scared. But I took deep breaths, I wiped it off, I got back up and I got back up, I rid the rest of the way up the hill, and then I came back.
Let me wipe this dirt off you. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Can you get to the top?
I don't know.
You can, I know you can. Look, you're almost there. You see that bush? That's the top.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Go. Go, pedal, pedal, pedal.
I fell a couple of weeks ago too. It was the first time I had my GoPro, and I probably haven't fallen on the trail out here that I ride frequently in a couple of years. And I went down like really hard because I overpumped the front brake and got a little too comfortable.
That's sometimes what happens when you get too comfortable. You get too comfortable. Take your eyes off the ball. You go down like that. Instead of just letting it roll, I cramp down. When you cramp down too tight, it's a recipe for failure. I don't care if it's mountain biking, golf, tennis, or life. Anything that you're gripping down on, if you overgrip it, it's gonna lead to failure. Good thing is, it's not too catastrophic. I got up, wiped myself off, had a few expletives, now I'm rolling again.
Did you ever consider not getting back up on the bike after you fell?
Well, I considered to do nothing, but I didn't want to stop mountain biking. I didn't want to give up. So I wiped it off and I got back up and I started riding again.
Dude, that was cool! Get after it, bud. Keep those pedals going. Keep them going, you got it.
I'll tell you that I have never gone down on a bike and not had a desire to get back on it completely. But I have had some pretty bad spills that have knocked the wind completely out of me or have left me gouged in one way or another because of a rock. I was actually pretty impressed. You got up pretty fast the other day. We sprayed it off with a little bit of water.
And I cared a lot about going home, but
You did, but we finished the hill first.
But I didn't want to let my fear get in the way of heading to fun. I've fallen for many years and I know what it feels like for it to be like that. But even though I'm scared, I literally get over it and well, stuff changes. So.
I think that's a really good answer, and I think that when we think about mountain biking, anything physical that we want to do, business, relationships, life,
Or
what?
other stuff.
Or other stuff, yeah. Other stuff outside of all those categories. We're going to crash. We're going to fall. We're going to scrape our knee. We're going to scrape our elbow. We're going to bleed. And because none of us have gotten through this life unscathed, and because you're able to listen and watch this video real time, it means that you've already crashed. You've already fallen. You've already bled. And you've already picked yourself back up and gotten back on and kept riding. And so once we crash and once we fall and once we know how it feels, we know what to expect. So there's less to be afraid of because we felt it once, we've experienced it, we've gotten back up. And so that's one of the reasons that biking and mountain biking is such a fundamental thing that I do regularly. One, not only does it push me and allow me to escape, because I can't think about anything else while I'm out there, but I know that I'm gonna crash. I know that I'm gonna fall, and I have to be vigilant and unrelenting in paying attention to the road ahead so that I can anticipate places that I'm going to fall, places that the trail will not support the weight of my bike or the angle that I come at it, places that I'm going to fail, crash, burn, bleed, and get back up. It's one of the reasons Blake over here and I go mountain biking together, because we get to push each other in all those ways, and I get to be there when he crashes to talk him through it.
But also, I've learned that it does not feel good to give up. Like, at all. It does not make me feel good.
Yeah. So this whole idea of regret minimization theory is to suggest that what people regret at the end of their lives is the things they didn't do versus the things they did. And so when it doesn't feel good, it feels a little bit like suffering, because you can't go back and change that decision. It's usually final. And so this is another great example of where you need to embrace the pain to avoid suffering in your life. And I would say that you've done a pretty good job of that, my friend. What do you think?
I think that everybody has a chance to discover what they can do in life and what they can see in life and what they can be in life.
Well, I think this is a wrap for our little mountain bike wrap up. Thank you, Mom, for asking us questions and keeping us on track. Thank you, Blake, for dropping some hot bombs on everybody there. Do you think we should go mountain biking this weekend?
You know what? I think that's a great idea.
Kona!
Hey, move.
Hey! Hey! Hey!